What's going on, guys? Welcome to Dan the Man Reviews. I am Dan the Man, aka Daniel's son, and we are talking Agent of Carter, episode 3. I believe it's episode 3 because we got that 2-hour series premiere, and it's called Time and Tide. Now, this episode, spoiler warning. I'm assuming you saw the episode, so it's just really my thoughts and just what my take and just talking about this episode. Now, this was a slow burn type of episode. It was slow in the beginning, really like setting things up, working its way. I mean, we got a lot of things from the last episodes about, the car Tony Stark that Jarvis was driving. It was really the inside, the FBI or the FBI, right? Or detectives. Really, Carter had to deal with her group and also pretty much her double life. I really enjoyed this episode. I enjoyed this episode, especially towards the very end. I really got going towards the middle of the episode, and then it just really finished off with a nice little touch. Now, I think the strengths of this episode is basically Carter and Jarvis. These two have great chemistry together. They really banter well. They really, could really bounce off each other. Dialogue and just personality. They have great chemistry. They're really good together. I think they have as good as chemistry as the other show that's not very good, Gotham, but has a great chemistry between Gordon and Bullocks. But Carter and Jarvis, I think this is what really makes the show when these two are together. It definitely is like a Holmes and Watson type of deal. Maybe not as good, but I really enjoy it. I especially really enjoy the guy who's playing Jarvis. I think he's very charismatic. It makes me, every time I hear his voice and every time they say Jarvis, I always like going back in my mind like Iron Man, Tony and Jarvis, and how he made pretty much Jarvis the helper. He's not a real person. He's just like pretty much the tech that's helping Tony build these Iron Man suits and stuff. So I really just enjoy Jarvis, the chemistry that he has with Carter, and I really like that sentimentality that Tony did in putting the AI as Jarvis, because I believe Jarvis did, help raise him when Tony was a kid. So I really like that. Now Carter, you know what? I know it's only like so many episodes, and she was in a movie and a short, that little short. But I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate from this, or a lot of flack from this. I think I like her a little bit better than Black Widow, honestly. I think I like Carter a little bit more. Miss Carter, I think I like her a little bit more than I like Scarlett Johansson's Natasha Romanoff. That's just me. I think because it's set in the 1940s, and Carter really holds her own. She has no superpower. She's not as trained as Natasha. But in this episode, great action. There's some great action, especially when they go into the warehouse, the boat docks, and they find more of Tony's tech, that's stolen tech. And that fight scene when she had with the big, pretty much brute. I thought the action is they're doing the action really well in this series, and she's really holding her own, but she's not. It's really realistic. She could definitely take a punch. I think I remember hearing Mr. Sunday podcast, or the Weekly Planet, that pretty much they said that she really looks like she could really take a punch, and she does. Carter. Artwell, I think she really looks like she has that figure to really take a punch and give a punch. So I think the action is really, really great. The fight sequences, the hand-to-hand is really great, especially in this episode. I really enjoyed that. And I really enjoyed the teamwork she had with Jarvis. And we learned a lot of things about Jarvis in this episode. We learned that he pretty much was arrested for treason, that not Tony, but Tony's dad, what the hell's his first name? Well, whatever. Mr. Stark, Howard Stark pretty much helped them bail them out. There's a lot of things happening to Jarvis in this episode, especially his wife being Jewish and from she's pretty much an illegal. So And I think he's illegal too. Did they say he's illegal? I mean, there was a lot of things Jarvis was hiding from Carter. She found out after there were that interrogation scene. I think I really enjoyed the wits in Carter has. She really, taking the folder, and then when her commander in chief was opening the door and about to interrogate Jarvis, she blurts out that they pretty much don't have anything on Jarvis, so Jarvis was free to leave. So I mean, Carter. What's great about Carter? She uses her brain. She's witty. She knows. She's very smart, and that's great as a character. You can be smart and also be able to fight, and also be able to, just think differently than all her colleagues. Now the colleagues, I don't know all the names yet, but I think I'm really growing to like the handicapped guy. I think that's going to be her future husband. I think a lot of people are agreeing that's maybe her future husband. Out of there's the handicap, and then all the other people, the other, like the boss basically, and the guy who has a girlfriend and a wife on the side, and then the other guy who's good at interrogating. I mean, I don't know all their names so far, but I really do like the handicap guy. But man, it was definitely a great consequence towards like I'm saying, like everything that Carter doesn't mean it's not going to blow back on her. I mean, she has to. I love the fact, the theme, or the pretty much everything. What they're saying is basically Carter can't do two things at once. She can't be, working for the detective agency or whatever, and also be known for treason by helping this guy who they're after, Howard Stark. She can't balance these two. She has to really kind of pick one. Every time she helps Howard Stark, people at the detective agency get hurt. Every time she helps the detective agency, Howard Stark and Jarvis could get hurt as well. So, I mean, this whole thing is to clear Howard Stark's name, but I mean, Carter is really balancing the consequences and pretty much just balancing these two things, but she can't do it because we saw in this episode, she's not only hurting her friends, she's always constantly trying to find some Howard Stark's tech, do stuff. She's not really a very social person. She pushes a lot of people away, especially her one friend that what was her name? I can't remember her name. Who works at the diner? She pushes her away. She also pretty much. Oh, sorry. Thought I heard something. She also, she pushes her friend away. She also pretty much, she wanted to do good. She wanted to do, after the interrogation scene, of course, the whole police station really bagged on her, hated on her, saying, you ruined it. What's wrong with you? You're an idiot, this and that. She also pretty much tried to do things right. And when she found the Howard Stark's tech, that can crush your bones, like it's like a massage thing, but it can actually crush your bones. That's pretty cool. She wanted to call it in for the police officers to come in and maybe clear Howard's name, but of course Jarvis talked her out of it. So they did an anonymous kind of tip. Those two, the handicapped guy and the guy who has a girlfriend and a wife, go into the docks, find the tech, pretty much call it in. And when I was sitting there and I was watching, I was like, oh, well, the brute that she beat up and Jarvis knocked out, pretty much he knows their faces and he knows them. So how the hell? And then even Carter said, what are we going to do with this guy's a witness? And then Jarvis says, no time, we got to go because the cops were there. So basically, yeah, like I was like, how are they going to, I mean, he's going to obviously die or something. So how are they going to do that? Or because you see this figurine guy always watching him. It was pretty crazy, man. I mean, they not only kill the witness, they killed also the guy who has the girlfriend and the wife. Even though we only known him for about 3 episodes, it still was a great way to end the episode and pretty much have that consequence factor there. I mean, Carter is trying to do so good, and especially when she comes in, she doesn't know what's going on, and then she finds out, and she didn't like the guy, but she knows that, hey, what she's doing is affecting all of them, and then now the whole detective agency is going after whoever did this anonymous tip because, hey, they felt like it was a setup, and they're definitely going after Howard Stark no matter what. So Carter really is stepping in the line where she's really affecting all these people around her by just helping Howard Stark and clearing his name. And we don't even know if Howard Stark is really innocent at all because we see a preview of the next episode where basically she's pissed at him. So it was a great episode. It was a great episode. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was definitely a slow burn episode. It was a little bit slow in the beginning, but then it really picked it up at the end, especially towards the very end. So I think I really enjoyed Carter. I mean, there wasn't too much into this episode. I mean, we do get we see a little bit more of Howard's tech. We see Jarvis's past a little bit. We see pretty much Carter dealing with her double life. And we also see a fatality already. So let's see where the show can really go. Let's see some big bad villains. Let's see what this organization is all about. Because it's the symbol's like a heart and it's kind of like a snake-like thing in the middle of it. I think it could be Hydra still, but they might use another organization since Hydra's been pretty much done to death. I mean, you have Captain America and you have the Avengers now. Like I don't know if they'll still use Hydra, but yeah, it was a really good episode. I really enjoyed it. So let me know what you guys think. Did you guys really enjoy it? Are you still on board of Agent Carter? Let me know. So thank you guys for listening. If you like this video, please push the like button. Please subscribe for more videos. I have more videos on the way. And man, it was just another great night. All right. See you guys. Please. Now where's the